We got the Flourishing Capital Community Council. We're going to bring the new members. Congratulations, one by one. Some roadmap information, right? I'm hoping
Could
maybe
be.
for some FOMO material with uplink. I keep hearing this term uplink. I don't know. And sometimes I see a capital U, and then it's like lowercase and then link.
If it's capital U, it's not us.
And that's our slogan.
So before we get started, let's hit you guys with the disclaimer. But we got some awesome FOMO material today. We'll see you in a bit. All right, guys.
And right on cue, the first message we get on this live stream. Where's the stash, Carter?
What the hell is going on?
I've done something very wrong. I understand now.
Your superpowers are gone now. It's like,
don't worry, Internet Ghost. What's going to happen is not only are we going to introduce the community council today and welcome them, but Carter's mustache is going to grow right as we broadcast live.
It'll be back before the end of the show,
like a chia pet, you know.
Yeah,
I know what that is. Boy, I'm dating myself.
All right,
how y'all doing, guys?
I feel great. Despite what's going on? I feel
fantastic, says Will in deadpan humor as the crypto market just goes.
Mentally, I'm not here.
Hey, I shorted the market at the top, so I'm fantastic.
There we go.
I have fate, so I'm pretty comfortable, actually. How about you guys?
I'm drunk, so I'm doing great.
Yeah, good.
Hey, that's two of us.
Drunk and fate, perfect.
There we go.
Love it.
Perfect combination. Sort of like, you know.
All right, guys. So today's show, right? We're gonna introduce you guys to some, not all could make it, but some of the members of the community council. And the fact that I am sort of, usurping Jason, who usually makes these announcements, should kind of give you a clue as to the first community council we're going to welcome, the council member we're going to welcome. And that is, drum roll, I don't have a drum roll, MP3. Oh, he hid. And here he is, the one, the only, Jason Berlin. Woo! Come on out on stage.
Look at that guy.
Hey, what did I win? I need to know right away. What did I win?
Somebody.
You've won so much.
I'm excited.
So we're not kidding, guys. Congratulations to Jason. He is the first community council member that we are going to introduce today. There will be 5 of them. 3 of them will be, including Jason, will be showing up. So Jason, I mean, these folks don't need an introduction, but, real quick, we're going to ask everybody, how did you get into crypto? So here you go. How'd you get into crypto?
Man, that's like bringing back some good memories. I would say I've been in this space for a few years. I've kind of always attached myself to projects being an advisor. I have like an entrepreneur mindset. So I like to get myself involved with projects, helping them with the marketing and helping them grow, especially with the communities. And throughout the years, I've always had people ask me, you should start your own influencer per se account.
Yeah.
So it's been some time. I finally decided to pull the trigger, hence now Beyond FOMO. It's kind of I kind of want to get this out of the way. It's like a twist on the words. There's a lot of people that like FOMO, right? So it's like the energy, the excitement behind it. But the way that I'm actually using it is it's beyond it, as in like your ego. So
right.
A lot of people don't know about it, but like your ego is the one that's controlling your FOMO. And not to get too far into it, but this whole channel, even with you guys, so Flourishing Capital, I'm here to educate. I'm here to help onboard people. We're here to basically introduce them to crypto, but then not fall for a lot of scams and all the kind of BS that's out there. That's kind of what it's about.
Noble cause, man. It's a noble cause.
And it's funny. I had people actually the other day. They were saying, this guy. We were watching some of his channels. He doesn't have thousands of subscribers like some of these other influencers. I'm like, dude, I'd rather have one loyal follower than millions of fake people. Yeah. So everybody that's watching this, they're part of the Flourishing Capital community. We've seen them rally. We've seen them all excited, and it takes time to grow things. And I'm all right with that. I like it.
Yeah. Well, we love you because right out of the gate when we first met, we had talked about protecting people coming into crypto. And you were keen on that as well, right?
Yeah,
much more so than most. I mean, you got to. That's how crypto grows, right? That's why we did this, So, anyway, so again,
I heard this thing about upLink also, by the way, that you get to test it out or something. So
that you get to test it out. That's right. So we'll talk about some of the things.
I want to put that out there too. So like you guys, and we keep this professional.
Really?
From the start, because I know Cannibal wants to say something on that. But I want you guys
That's a bit of a stretch.
To reiterate the fact that you don't tell me everything. And I don't want to know everything. I really don't. Whatever
well,
you guys
do.
are doing,
You
working on your project.
keep haranguing us, but
no, but like your project, that's like you guys. I have the Beyond FOMO. Whatever I could do to help, I will. But I do receive DMs from people or community members asking, what's this stuff about upLink and all this? I don't know. I really don't have an answer.
Yeah,
and nor do we.
Well, now I feel better. Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely right. We don't tell you everything, and that's on purpose, right? We really try and keep as much as we can close to the vest, as much as we want to share with the community. It's an interesting thing. There's we're not in traditional sort of the traditional space. Crypto's its own place where you can be more forward leaning and forward looking and talk about more and push more out there, perhaps before it's baked and ready kind of thing. But we really try and, balance how much information we share with what we're ready to share and that we can really deliver on. And, the relationship with you ever since I started has just been fantastic. Yes, you do push for information, but you understand when we kind of get up against that wall and we can't give you anything more past that. And you respect that. And that's, that's all we can ask. Right. And believe us, we do want to share as much as we possibly can with you and the community. So
I'm
this,
pushing
right?
one thing, and I'm going to keep bugging you guys about it. And that's something to do with these NFT things that people like to talk about. But that I'm going to keep pushing you on.
Well, so
yeah,
that's it's a good thing to keep pushing on, and there's a lot more to come in that direction. I'm just saying.
All right, but also for today's show, I'm keeping you guys on a time
Easter egg.
Keeping you guys on a time constraint. We got like 15 minutes left.
So corral it.
Let's introduce the next member. So who wants
to do next it? Member?
Bum, bum, bum.
And no, Mark, no Price is Right theme.
The man, the myth, the legend.
So we've got Lynn.
Hi, fellas. How you doing?
Welcome, Lynn.
No, that way.
No, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's kind of hard. We're doing this Brady Bunch thing, right?
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to know where you end up.
Brady Bunch? I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, Lynn, welcome to the live show. As you know, we're live. So,
thank you very much. I'm feeling very honored to have been brought on here with you guys, and certainly to be part of the community council. I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth sunk in. Is that the right metaphor? Teeth sunk in?
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to getting involved with it anyway, and bringing a bit of energy
to have
to
you. It's awesome.
For me, whenever I do go into the Flourishing Capital group, Lynn, I do have to give you applause, and I appreciate everything that you do. I mean, you are literally the perfect representative of the community. You're taking action yourself, and you're providing awesome summaries. You're always positive, always highly motivated. That's something that projects need. And thank you for doing that personally.
I just honestly feel so positive about this project. I've been in the crypto space for a couple of years now. I've seen rubbish, and I've been on rubbish projects. I've been on good projects, and the key factors for something that's going to be really successful and really great. It's all here in this team. It's all here in this technology, and I think we are going on a very special mission. Absolutely. Otherwise,
we're done.
I wouldn't be spending my time.
We can't top that.
Involved.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, come on.
We might as well end the show right on that note. I mean, that was
go.
perfect, right? So, Well, I
worries.
got to say, I really enjoy the fact that you're really well researched. I think that's the other thing that the community really appreciates. So, I mean, that's why, you're arguably one of the least surprising additions to the council.
Oh yeah,
because of
the
that.
number of people that put lint on their vote is just
Overwhelming.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
many.
You're a
Everybody in the
very
grandmother,
popular
seriously.
person, Lynn.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
guys, I get it.
Yeah, okay, we'll ask.
You're like, damn it, we're gonna have Lint on the team. Jeez.
Okay, so now, welcome aboard, Lynn. Now let's introduce the next
Well-
member of the community council. And we're going to go from the UK, as Stefan drinks his vodka, we're going to go from the UK over to the other side of the EU, all the way out to Cyprus for our next contestant. Our next council member contestant. Did I actually say that?
Contestant.
Meet George.
Hello,
George.
guys.
George.
Hello.
Gorgeous,
How are you?
gorgeous.
Welcome.
Hey.
Hello, team. Hello, Jason. Hello, community.
Welcome.
Nice
Welcome
to
to
see
the
you.
George.
Congratulations.
All right, so it's George
Thank you.
or Georgios. How do you want us to? Which do you
It's
prefer?
George in English. In English, it's George.
George. Okay, I was wondering how you pronounce it.
I love this. We look like the
For
beautiful.
anybody
great
who's
one
not
for growing
connecting
game.
the
I like this.
Telegram handle to the name, right? It's G_the rock. So
Yeah.
just to put
Yes,
that out there.
because
Or
my surname is Petru, which means rock in Greek.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
Right
is
on.
So
All right, we got
cool.
solid foundations growing here.
Seriously.
So what's cool though is we've got. I mean, in general, communities themselves are generally, spread across the whole world, right? So we got different time zones and everything. So I think right off the bat, we're kind of covered in all majority of time zones, right?
Yeah, especially since George is willing to come on a live show as late as it is for him, right? I mean, my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's not that late.
Yeah. So George, tell us
George.
a little bit about yourself as well. Just a little background.
And why
How
do
long
we
have
call
been
you
in crypto?
Bitcoin George? Because that was
Yeah, my
something we talked about, right?
Yes, my friends are calling me Bitcoin George because I gave some good predictions about Bitcoin.
Nice.
I do some technical analysis. Amateur, I'm self-taught. So I have involved in crypto in the last 3 years. I am full in crypto. I quit my job and everything.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, we're full time on this. I like this
Whoa.
already.
Congrats.
Yes.
So bring them on to
Right.
the next live cast after this.
Yeah.
For real.
Actually,
So do you
I
also
was
have a
working-
Twitter account? Do you have do you want to promote
Yeah.
it? People follow you?
Yeah, I have a Twitter account as well. So
What's the handle?
and now it's G the Rock or Yorgos Rock, I think. Yorgos
Well,
Rock.
put it in Telegram. I'll have it. We could put that because I'm going to have everyone's information in the description below, so we could link to that as well.
Yeah, my background it's I'm coming from engineering, so I have 2 degrees in electrical and electronics engineering. I was working in automation system in industrial environments, so I'm also a programmer on this category, both on UI and the main logic on the software for automated system. So I think it's very related to crypto as well, the way that crypto are working and the AI.
Okay. I like engineer mindsets. That's always good to have too.
Totally.
Yeah, we're pretty engineering heavy on the council, actually, from what I'm seeing. And that's a good thing,
Yep.
for sure.
I do a lot of stuff with electronics just as hobbies too. It's funny the amount of crossover with computer engineering, electronics engineering, and DIY projects and electronics in general. Like it's all kind of interrelated, right?
Yes, it's IO system. So in the industries, just for you to know, in the community, they work in centralized automation systems, and they use IO system. It's quite similar to the way that blockchain itself works.
Mm-hmm.
I know Cannonball and I we're into electronics too. Turning the lights on and off, webcam
All the
stuff.
time. I turn
that's
lights
it.
on and off
every day, every morning.
Yeah,
That's it. We're good.
well, and it's funny that like in our internal chat, every now and then we'll see just streams of pictures of Will's, happenings around his workshop. Yeah.
Welding,
What
3D
is going on
printing.
here?
engineering projects, like for, within our own sort of company internal chat, guys, like there's so many little side engineering projects. It's amazing. So,
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
At Power Wheels that goes 20 miles an hour. Yeah.
Well, so
We're not even sure if it's street legal though, right?
It's not safe. I don't recommend it, honestly.
It's not safe, but you put your kid in it every day, so it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, whatever.
He's Italian. He can handle it.
He can handle it. Yeah, it's all good.
So Eric, the community council. So there are more members, right? We're going to introduce them as well later on. You're also you have like a Medium article you're going to share. Is that like an update, right? You're going to share with everybody.
Yeah. So real quick, there were two community council members that could not join. One of them is Ro. You know him as @Spacia on Telegram, and the other one is Dan, and you know him as @DanLaVega on Telegram. So those are the other two that unfortunately couldn't make it on this week. So we'll see if we can get them on next week and kind of make it up to them. But scheduling conflicts and whatnot. Yeah, but great guys and great overall team. So let's talk about what we're going to do, right, as a community council and as a team. So one of the things that Will and I have always wanted to do is to stay abreast of what's going on in the community council, right, or the community as a whole, not just the community. And really, we wanted to keep that connection. And one of the things that we're starting to realize is that being able to sort of summarize the community sentiment and where you'd like to see the product go next, right? Those are all inputs that we really value. And so our goal in this community council was to take the folks who are deep in crypto, well-researched, really smart, really on top of developments and really just big, influential voices in our community, put them into this community council to be able to, kind of interact with them. And really just understand, what is the community's priority. Now, one of the things that we have to balance from an engineering standpoint, to be clear, is what we can do and what time frame and prioritization, right? So it's one of those things where we're going to work with the community council to start to develop what's next on the roadmap, and next after that, and next after that, and so on, right? So what is uplink, right? Well, we're going to talk about that a whole lot in the coming days, right? And we really will talk about it a whole lot because it's almost done. These guys right here, right below me and all the way at the bottom, George, these guys are going to be the first to test it, in fact. And we're going to talk to them a little bit, next couple of days around, and Jason, that's right, all the way over there.
Well, no, everybody but Jason. Jason doesn't get to test it.
Yeah, Jason can only turn the lights on and off.
You're not going to want him.
We don't want him to hurt himself.
Yeah. But really,
is Jason checking the code?
I'm too far in.
Yeah, we might as well. Let's let them use it a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, right? On top of providing us with guidance from the community and sort of compiling that in the community, on top of testing new product releases early, we're also hoping that the community council kind of takes a life of its own. So there probably will be a greater role, and that will be determined by Lint and George and all the other guys and Jason, right? So
we might have a community council only live show one day. You guys aren't invited.
See how that is? Just like that, they take over, man.
That's right.
We shouldn't.
They're already taken over. Awesome.
It's just going to be a rumor mill. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's one. So Lint, George, we're gonna just have a major FOMO session. What can uplink be about? What are we testing right now? Everyone's gonna be like, no. Eric and Will are gonna be like, stop it, we're done. No more.
It'll be fun when they start testing and they'll be like, guys, we can't talk about it yet until the next show, So that's going to be a lot of fun too. So, Lint, George, any other thoughts as to where you'd like to see it go? I mean, this is really your baby. I mean, we mean it.
The council?
Yeah, absolutely.
I see it as, so just talking off the cuff here, I see it as a conduit for the community, really. There's so many voices in the community. I mean, we've got thousands of people, and we're going to be expanding quite quickly. You just can't be, listening, responding, being tentative to everyone. So we need to be able to capture what the community wants, what they feel, the sorts of backdoor conversations that are going on, and sort of and filter that up to you so that you're getting the prioritized lists of what needs to be done from bottom up. That's how I see it.
We're going to keep you in check. That's it.
Beautiful. Believe me, we need it.
Good. We clearly need it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're drinking in the morning, we're cracking jokes. I mean, this is supposed to be a professional crypto show.
Good luck.
It is actually. It's a lot of
Professional
fun.
as crypto gets. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's about as much as you get.
It's true.
Sorry, guys.
Outstanding. So, well, we'll start those sessions with the community council here in the next couple of days, like early next week is what I'd like to do. So we'll be in touch with you guys. Lynn, you kind of shared with us where you'd like it to go. George, I extend the same question to you, sir.
Yes. First of all, I'm a big believer on the AI technology, because I see also the big investors all around the world, and I think it's the next big hype after NFTs, after metaverse. I think it's AI time after those things. So on behalf of the community and the council, we'll try to filter. I'm on the same page as Lind is, to filter what the community wants and to try to put our best and have a nice product out as soon as possible and improve it as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I think that also hits the nail on the head with a lot of these projects, just talking about like roadmaps, hype, all that kind of stuff, or like gimmicks. I mean, Flourishing Capital, you guys are actually developing, releasing stuff that works. Everything that you guys released so far, it's live. It's not another empty promise. You guys are doing it.
Yeah, we certainly tried to, right? And uplink isn't the end of the road. I mean, we already have the next one lined up as well. We haven't started to work on it, but it's already there, right? The kernel is there, and we're already working on it.
So. Okay. So we are heading towards the cusp of this show, but Lint, I believe you had some questions. So this is the first time we're also doing this show, because after this, we do have another segment that's just for market talk. I did have that scheduled for 11:30, but we're going to see how things go. And the main reason why we're doing this, as discussed in the previous last week, is because we're trying to target another audience. At Flourishing Capital, we love the attention. We want people to learn about fee and all that, but there are people that just want to know about weekly recaps, technical analysis, charting. Again, more of like an educational approach. So that's why this specific show, we're going to try to only keep it for 30, 45 minutes going forward. And then the next show after that is focused primarily on that. So it's okay if we go a little bit over, because it's just the first time. It's not the end of the world, but just want to bring that up.
Yeah, and the good news is we haven't officially started pushing that market segment as a separate show just yet. So we've got a little bit of fudge room. We intentionally do these things just so we can go long when we have.
I'm not going to give you guys like 30 minutes. I'll give you like 5-10 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, and one thing I'd like to do before, Lint, you jump into the questions, for the inaugural session of the Community Council. This is session 1. This is the kickoff. Sessions run for 6 months before we hold a separate election. But for the inaugural session, the team got together and we have elected Lint as the council president for the inaugural session here. So congratulations, Lint.
Congratulations, Lint.
Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
It's an honor and a pleasure having you with us, and we look forward to working with you over the next several sessions. Let's put it that way. Mr. President. Yeah, sorry,
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Get that right.
All right. And Mr. President, you have some questions for your team.
For your subjects.
Look, I have had a bit of a think. How about I've got a list of 3. I'll start at the top, and if it's going on too long, say so, Jason.
Did you also want to share? Did you want to share a screen or no?
In a bit, yeah. If you give me the screen sharing option, that would be good. Yeah. So, first question this week, the number 88 out of 100 came up in the chat. I think from Cannonball.
Yep.
as to number of, I guess I would say not negative trades. So, trades that out of 100 since the new update. That seems ridiculously high to me. But and is it the case? Is that really what's happening? And are you sort of expecting that to continue, or are we just having a bit of a fluke at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to actually get better than that over time as we learn and gets better. Part of the secret to that is the ability to carve up trades into many orders that are adjusted by likelihoods of certain prices being hit, right? So you basically, it's not just one buy and one sell, right? That's actually much harder to predict and get accuracy or profit every single time that way. But when you have a collection of buy orders that are risk adjusted down to a certain level, then what happens is as the price of market digs down into that kind of trench of orders, then the average is down, and then it comes back up, and then you just sell at any price greater than your cost basis, and you're good. And that's how we're able to get that high of a percentage of win rate. And it's not something that a human can really do, because it would just be so laborious to create that many orders all the time and keep canceling and creating orders all the time that way.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on. That's very impressive. Next one is in November in the AMA. We were discussing the marketing. For the marketing to hit, we'd need to have the website in place. We need to have the brand sorted. Need to have the onboarding process in check. Where are we now? Are we? It feels like these things are pretty much there. Are we?
Kind of feels like it. Yeah.
Are you close to marketing? Like throwing out the marketing now, Cannonball?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked. We are actually incredibly close to that. And what you're going to see, we actually could have pushed a little bit earlier than we have. We're holding back until upLink launch. And with upLink launch, it's all going to start pushing out. So absolutely, getting the brand in order, getting the website together. I hope everybody likes the new website. We worked really hard on that. And
Definitely nicer.
And just so everybody knows, and I probably have already said it before on shows, but the website for us is a living, breathing organism. It's not something that's one and done. You're going to continue to see updates. One of the next focuses for us, and actually the council will be intimately involved with this, is we're going to be building out a community section on the site. So that section is going to give you, users that are account holders are going to be able to log in using their regular login, and they'll be able to get, very specific tips and tricks, information, instructional videos, all of those kinds of things that will help them interact and use Fate better, frankly. So that's one big piece that's coming. We're looking forward to that. And just January 31st, let's hit upLink, and you will begin to see a lot of stuff start flowing out. Launches our first major email campaign. We've got a tremendous email list that we've put together that's going to give us the opportunity to really drive new traffic. This is the beginning. So we're right up against that door there. So I can't wait to break it down. Honestly, right. The entire team's been chomping at the bit to roll this. So it's time.
Great.
With that being,
communities in the same.
You only need
same spot.
You only need like 1 or 2% success rate on that to blow it out the water. I mean, that's how crazy that is.
Well, and with I don't want to give away too much of the secret about what upLink is, but with upLink, it changes the onboarding significantly. It makes it much simpler for somebody to come in and start trading actively with literally, a series of clicks. So you get there very quickly. It's going to be nice.
Yeah. It was almost tailor-made to accelerate crypto adoption. I'll put it that way.
What does that mean? We need more information. not fair. Well, yeah,
I
I guess what we're getting at is, I guess next
We're
week
such
we're gonna-
teases.
We're going to know some more info.
I've got a theory that you guys came up with the name uplink, and then you've been trying to work out what it is.
You got us.
You're not far
Damn,
wrong.
how did you figure it out?
We're like, this is a really cool name. We should just start promoting it, and then we'll figure
Let's
out.
just do it.
Name
What are-
and a deadline.
What's it going to be?
Name and a
Well, we don't
deadline.
know.
Go.
We'll just figure it out.
Yeah, we like challenging ourselves. It's like really put it out there, put it out in the public that we got this great name, and then set the deadline, and then sprint forward trying to figure out what we're going to build.
Exactly.
All right. So, Lynn, you
How
had
we
a
manage
third,
the roadmap.
a third question, and you want to
Okay. Can I share
or no?
screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
These are pictures from his last
I
vacation,
think I've got the option.
and he visited.
Crypto Miami.
Okay. Here
Yep.
we go.
This is him meeting the president of
You got that?
Miami.
All right. This one.
There it is.
This one's for Will.
Love it.
I was chatting with Eric a bit the other day, trying to think out how maybe I'm perceiving the phase performance, and I thought this is quite a good chart, and maybe it could be used to try and understand different players in the crypto market. So the way I see it possibly is this bottom left quadrant. This could be described as maybe your average traders, or your average crypto punter. They've got lots of systematic errors in what they're doing, and they've got lots of random errors, so that they're really off target. Over here, you've sort of got this higher precision type scenario, but low gains. I'm thinking this might be your staker. You're getting returns which day in, day out, what they are, but they're relatively low.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see Faye now on this sort of a graph, and where do you think we're going with Faye?
So before Will
answers,
this is a perfect example of old school community member. Lint's still calling her Faye. What
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Faye.
Good.
I thought the team was silent.
There we go.
It's French,
Isn't it French?
Yeah.
French.
Fate is French,
said,
yes.
yeah.
To make.
Fate.
So,
All right, I guess where does she fall? Yeah.
to really represent where faith is in a chart like this, you have to know what the end point is. Like, what is the scale, right? I want to say that faith is somewhere kind of in the middle of the chart, but that would assume that, there's this kind of indeterminate endpoint at the upper right of this chart where that's the end of it, right? Mm-hmm. And without having done this particular type of analysis off the bat, it's hard to gauge where that is. What is kind of the ultimate amount of perfection of Fate, right? And as we're all kind of seeing together as she learns, we're discovering that all together to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, right? I don't think that she's risk adverse, as you would say, somebody who is simply staking, basically low yield, low risk strategy. But she's also not all the way in the other end either, where she's taking completely nonsensical risks to have these, types of crazy gains, right? But having a really high volatility as well. I think we all agree that the volatility of Fate's trading compared to normal traders is lower than many normal traders.
That's true.
Will and I have been around this block before,
would you
right?
say then? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lynn.
Would you say she's closer to this quadrant or this quadrant in your thinking? And follow-up question on that is, when you're optimizing Faye, do you optimize for can you actually control her going in this direction more or the direction more?
Yeah,
Great
that
question.
is something that we tune for. We see that she's starting to weight more on the conservative side or more on the risky side, then we'll kind of bring her back a little bit towards the center. That is something that we actively look at over time.
So
I always like
in general, this path looks like the kind of path that you would be journeying on, somewhere in between this and this, towards this.
That is the goal. Yep.
And if I may, just, Will and I have talked about this before, and Lint and I have talked about this before. Let me give you a synonym for the y-axis, improving trueness or decreasing systemic errors. I would call that maturity of the product, right? I mean, if you think about it. So as the product matures, we definitely will go up that scale. The question is, what are we doing from an algorithmic perspective to reduce noise, right? That's the key thing, right? That's the thing that will be, candidly, probably a never-ending, series of improvements. But that's the whole point of AI, right? It's always learning, right? So we've gotten comfortable with the fact that we're always going to have to get better, Yeah,
it's just something that you always improve over time.
Right.
Because even
I think the best analogy that you guys have is that Fate is a child. Months ago she was a baby, so now she's like a toddler, and she's learning. And we, or everybody collectively, you're the parent, and we're all giving our input as she grows, as more wallets connect, as she gets more funds, she becomes stronger. So that's where that learning and everything comes from. So we're here to help guide her, but she's still the baby stage. And I do want to emphasize that, because a lot of people in the community, they'll say, okay, well, the performance of like last month, when the whole market is also, you got to take other things into account here, right? You can't be isolated on or focus on one thing. The whole market itself is kind of going down, but she's still learning. It takes time. This isn't something that you could just look at after a month or so. It's always retesting. So, it's performance based. It takes time. That's what it does.
That's what portfolios are. They're long-term performance drivers.
And it would be so funny if we could just take like a snapshot of everything that she even did now, and then wait, as crazy as it sounds, 6 months. I know it's a long time in crypto space. Is 6 months from now, I'm sure it's a whole different scenario, different story.
Totally.
Well, one of the things we're doing is we're starting to pull, and we've talked about it, I think, just briefly, perhaps on last week's show. We're starting to pull like highest daily trades, right, and highest weekly performance and those things, and even just in seeing that over the last, sort of week and a half, roughly, we got a poll yesterday that the highest trade was 117% in the green. Right. Last week, it was 42%, if I remember correctly. Right. And of course, it's just an individual trade. You're kind of, could go one way or the other on any particular day. But seeing some of the trades that she's able to pull off is just phenomenal. So we're going to start pushing that kind of information on the website. We're going to start pushing that kind of information on our socials, obviously, and out to the community so the community can see it. And for us, for me specifically on the marketing side, my goal is to really begin talking about that performance and pushing that performance first, because that's what everybody's real question is. It's not about, how does she work? Meaning, what's the mechanics underneath her? I mean, they like to know that, but they want to know, is she going to make me money? Am I going to do better with Fate than I would otherwise on my own or through some other channel? And so we just want to share and let them know, she's coming together, man. She might just be a toddler, but just wait until you see what she can do once she gets
really? We're really happy about our
grade
performance
school
lately.
Yeah.
Of late, it's been really, really solid.
All right, guys, I'm gonna cut you short now because we're at like
good man.
Mark. Really good. But Lint, thank you for joining. George as well. I guess welcome to the community council.
Thank you very much.
And welcome, Jason.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome myself.
I thought we were going to get rid of that guy. But
Thanks, guys.
Some things away. I'm hoping next week we could start testing upLink, or at least finding out more about it. I'm excited to see, at least to know what it's about. And then to continue watching Fate continue to perform. So that's what it's about.
Awesome.
So this show, again, we're going to continue this part, but with the market segment. And I did put the link within the Flourishing Capital group. So if you guys want to get into a weekly recap, Will, we could go over some technical analysis. We could see what the hell's happening with crypto right now. Everything's kind of turning red. But thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys on the next one, which will be up in about a minute or so. So click that link.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
See you.
Good to have you
Thanks,
with us.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Quick round of
Bye-bye.
applause for our community council, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Head into the
Yeah.
Flourishing Capital, the Beyond FOMO Telegram group to get the link to the charting one. So we're going
Market
going live in a
watch.
bit.
Let's
See you guys
go.
in a bit.
See you
Cheers.
there.